Hey there, welcome to SharkCast Pod, a podcast dedicated to the greatest sporting club in the history of the world. My name is Sam Shinazzi. I am a podcaster, digital creator. I hate this intro, Gary. I don't know what the hell I am. Welcome to SharkCast Pod, brought to you by Dyson Logistics, the Royal Motor Yacht Club in Port Hacking, and Jason Hawes at Cripps Real Estate. We've had some tech issues, so I'm thrown with my intros. Hey, Gary Dover, welcome to SharkCast Pod, a podcast you frequent quite a bit. You are a employee of the Cronulla Sharks. You're currently on the road in Coffs Harbour as part of Sharks taking over Coffs Harbour. We are less than 24 hours away from game day, depending on when you are watching or listening to this, more likely than watching, but exciting times. Sharks play Titans in Coffs Harbour. Gary, how is the city of Coffs Harbour? I'm just pretending it's a city. I don't know if it is or not. How are you going?
It's a city. I'm going very well, and don't worry about the intro. It was perfect.
Yeah,
All you need to say when you introduce yourself is you're a great man, Shinazzi, and thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for
But
being here.
Coffs, our home away from home. Obviously, we've been up here. This is our fourth year up here now, so it definitely feels like home when we get up here. Everyone sort of gets around us and the team, and yeah, the team love coming up here, and we love coming up here as well.
Excellent. Now, we can reveal that the team has been finalised more or less. Some players have been shed, sent back to the city, and there's some team changes. Notably, Toby Rudolph is going to be not playing NRL this week, and Big Tuku comes in, and also a young fella called Tom Rodwell is going to be 18th man for the first time as well. That's as close as he's gotten to NRL so far, which is exciting for him and his family and friends. So a little bit of a change there. Everything else seems as per, and we'll find out the actual run out, obviously, an hour before the game. How was training, and how's training been, and all that kind of thing? How's the vibe? What's going on?
Yeah, so I got up here on Thursday. The boys had their big session on Wednesday. They fly up the whole squad for that sort of session. It's a big opposed one. And yeah, after that, they make the cuts to the team and a few of them fly home. But the boys have been training really well, and the sun's come out both times they've taken to the field, which has been really good because it's a bit wet up here at the moment. And today's captain's run was another good one. It was an open session, so a lot of the community came out and, got around the boys while they were doing their final preparation. And yeah, as you mentioned, young Tom Rodwell, 18th man, which will be a little bit surprising to some people, but he's worked really hard to get there. And yeah, hopefully we don't need him tomorrow, but if he is needed, I'm sure he can do a good job.
I kind of thought something was up, Gaz. You and I saw one of the sessions this week at Shark Park, the only session probably on Monday, and he was heavily involved. And I said to you, well, look at Rodwell. He's doing more than he normally would. So the coach had an inkling he might be used as backup, which is what he is at the moment. And how are our halves going? How's Nico and Trindle? How are they feeling up there? Are they going all right? Training well?
Yeah, they're training really well, and when they immerse themselves in the community, and everyone's happy to see them, and it's a really good vibe up here. You can see the smile on everyone's face, so everyone's feeling good. We obviously love coming up here and the support that we get. So yeah, it's definitely, they're both looking calm and relaxed and comfortable and ready to fire tomorrow, hopefully.
It really is a game that we should, and I dare say need to win for lots of different reasons. We need to start winning more games than we have been, but it's also a team we should be beating. They're not high on the ladder. I mean, they have some talent in there. We know that, but if we're going to be contenders like we want to be, then we need to beat these teams. And I feel like we might need to score some points, Gary, tomorrow. I'm not suggesting we'll need to score 40 or anything. I mean, it could be a shootout, but hopefully our defense is better than that. But I think that the Titans, even on a bad day, they tend to score 2, 3, 4 tries.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Like, you saw the score that they put on the Warriors, they absolutely flogged them. That was their biggest score in club history, was 66-6. So, they're clearly capable of scoring points, and we can't take anything for granted against them. And obviously, they might have just been trying to take a bit of time to adjust to the way Coach Des Hasler's systems and everything that he's got in place. But obviously, they've got Brimson to return at 5'8", who's another really strong playmaker. So, they're rejuvenated and ready to go off the back of a bye. They've got that record win into a bye, so they'd be feeling pretty fresh. So we've got to be ready for the best version of them, and they got to be ready for us as well.
Now, I haven't seen the actual Gold Coast Titans team yet, Gary, but someone did mention to me that Brinson actually may be a scratching, which is weird
Really?
because he was making his big comeback. But
Yeah.
TK actually sent me a text before, so we haven't checked the Titans team yet, but we'll find that out soon enough when we have time to look at that. But either way, I mean, they have some really great attacking weapons. Kieran Foran's in great
Yeah.
form, the veteran
Yeah.
Kieran Foran. And we know that Big Dave Fafita is going to be running hard against Nico and Jesse, and who else is on that side? Is it Britain, I think? Yeah, so
Yeah.
I imagine the boys will be practicing wrapping up their offloads at training.
For sure. There's a lot of that going on this week and in the last couple of sessions. So, they're hunting for back-to-back wins for the first time this year. So they're going to be wanting to get it done, and we've got to be ready and hungry and ready to go. So it's going to be a good contest, but we've got to get that start sorted because our slow starts have been sort of the killer for us over the last few weeks.
Has there been much chat amongst the group at all, whether it's at training or at breakfast or whatever, about the starts?
Not really. I mean, they know it needs to be addressed. It's not brought up in that fashion, but they know that's something that is really not concerning, but we need to fix, and we need to fix it now.
And I dare say that'll be addressed in the next 24 hours anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. They've got plenty of team meetings before the game, and they know exactly what style they want to play and, their game plan for the Titans. So they'll be ready to go when they hop on that bus and head to Coffs International Stadium tomorrow.
Is Craig Fitzgibbon in his element, given he's such an organised individual? He loves protocol. He just loves keeping to a script. And I'm not talking about the football. I'm talking about everything else. Is he in his element, given that he can now map up? He could have mapped out the entire week. At this time, we're doing this. At this time, doing that. I know that happens most weeks, but because you're actually just there and you got nowhere else to be, as in like location-wise.
Very structured.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. Like everyone knows where they need to be and what they need to do. And, the boys have been putting in a lot of extra effort to get things right. So it'll be interesting to see if that translates onto the field Friday night.
So good record, Gary, against the Titans. We've won 9 in a row. Can you believe that? That's one of our best streaks in our history against an opposition, which is fantastic. Yep. And currently we only have a better record against the Cowboys. So we do own the Titans, which is great. Doesn't mean it's going to be an easy walk. I mean, Fitzy in his presser, I don't know if you've seen his presser or not from this morning, I think it was, but a couple of journos were grilling him about things, and he kept coming back to it. We can't rely on the fact we have a good record. We can't rely on the fact we have a good record at the venue. It's a brand new start tomorrow, which makes sense, of course. Like, you can't rely on what you did in the past. I mean, so...
Absolutely. They get hung up on that a bit up here. Like, the media is obviously not big football media, but, when they see our record that we've got, never had a loss up here, they immediately jump at that and say, oh, you guys have a great record, so you're looking forward to tomorrow. And, Fitzy was quick to shut that down and just say we can't rely on that. It'd be naive to think that that's how it's going to go. So we've got to be ready and ready for a side that can put 66 points on a Warriors team.
Now, have you looked at things online, Gary, where they have recent form ladders and tables and things like that? Have you seen those flying around at all?
No, I don't really look at that too much.
So I saw one,
and then
I did a bit of math.
Yeah.
If you base it on the past 5 games, we're actually second last on the form ladder, and we're ahead of the Raiders by 1 differential point.
Yikes.
Sorry to bring you down, bro.
Good viewing. Yeah.
No, it's not. So I think it's both a reality check and also it's circumstantial a little bit. Like, and I love the fact that Craig came out and said this morning, he said, our performance last week generally against the Bulldogs was pretty good. 3 tries to 2, strong second half. He absolutely addressed the start. But our performance was not that bad. Defensively, it was really good.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that ladder, those sort of ladders, I mean, they gave me a bit of a giggle and a little bit of an alarm bell. I'm not really going to base my thoughts on life on a ladder of the past 5 weeks, but it is also factual, to be fair. If you look at it that way.
Exactly right. And if you want to look at it that way, you can. But then when you look at the whole ladder as is up to date
Yes.
season now, we're still sitting
Yes.
third. We've still put ourselves in a good spot from the start of the year, and we know what we're capable of against sides that, people gave us no chance or little chance against. So, I mean,
I
the
just
boys
thought,
don't worry about any of that stuff, and it's
no.
just
The
one of those
boys,
funny things, isn't it? Like,
the boys
I
are
look
not
at
to
it and
hear
just go,
this.
"Oh gosh!"
Don't tell the
But
boys. I just thought it was
I will.
topical.
I'm going straight in there to tell them now. Sam told me. But no, yeah, we've got to address those starts and we've got to get these wins because, it's one win out of the last 5. So a few things need to change.
Absolutely, and it starts tomorrow night against the Titans. Do they have any presence there, the Titans? Do they sort of rock up and do anything, or they're just the away team and they come and play?
Yeah, no, they rock up as the away team. I know they bring their mascot down, but I think that's as far as it goes. They rang up to see if they could do captain's run there this morning, and Fitzy said
no?
all good, and Fitzy said all good on the backfield. And
right.
they went down there and they had to be out there before we got there. So they're just coming in for another football game at an away venue. And yeah, this is our home, and it definitely feels like that.
Was Darren Mooney down there in an overcoat and sunglasses watching the Titans game with his earpiece in?
Not that I saw, but I wouldn't put it past him.
I reckon he was. So, yes, we have a great record over the Titans. They, as you said, had their biggest win and highest score against the Warriors, and I worked on that game for Fox, and they were really impressive. It was a great effort. I don't know what happened to the Warriors that day. It was a bit weird that they just didn't turn up, but Jaden Campbell, who's not playing as far as we're aware, he was in unbelievable form. So I'm sort of thankful he's not playing against the Sharks. But overall, they don't have a good record. They're 4-10. They're coming 15th. Like, it's time to sort of smoke these guys and get on with our season.
Yeah.
I don't want to look too far ahead,
reset
but reset it, come home, get the Tigers, have the week off, keep moving forward. It's one game at a time, but it's also a good time just to start the season again. We hoped it was last week. Absolutely. It didn't happen as far as the win went. Time to readdress. I mean, what else is happening in Clubland? Are the boys in good spirits? Are they ready to rock? Is there an intensity there that you like?
Yeah, I think there is a bit more of a intense feeling at captain's run this morning, and in the team huddle after the session, they said we need to go back, calm down, and get our heads right because tomorrow it's on. And there's definitely a feeling of they want to get it right and they want to put on a good show for the fans and for themselves, and they know what they're capable of and what they can do when they're on. So hopefully, come 6 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night, they're ready to go. Because we know what they can do. We've seen them do it to start the year, and it's set us up and put us in this position that we're in at the moment. So we just need to reset a few different bits and pieces that have maybe been going a little bit skewed over the last few weeks. And once we get that right, we can beat anyone on our day. So I'm pretty confident that this week will be a good turning point in the season.
Now, you legitimately don't know the final team lineup, but opinion based only, Gary the fan. Yeah. Do you think there'll be any switches as far as starting lineup goes, specifically props, I'm thinking?
I don't think so. Judging by, what's been happening over the last few weeks and what I've been seeing, I don't think there'll be any late changes. I don't even think Teague will come in for Sifa or anything like that. Like, I think they're just going to keep Sifa's impact out there. And, Tommy was starting the year really well with Oregon, and we've seen the job that he can do. He's hard to handle, and he can hold himself against any of the props out there in the competition. So I don't think there's mass changes that need to be made ahead of kickoff or anything like that. So I think we'll roll out 1 to 17 as is, with the late change that obviously Toby's out.
Now, we watched Dan Atkinson train on the wing, and we were both inundated with questions about, is it really happening? And we were like, yeah, it's happening. He's playing, and this is why Hiroti and Stone Street are unavailable, so he's going to play there. And he looked pretty good. The thing that impressed me most, Gary, in training only, of course, was his returns. Quick and sharp and strong returns. He's not the hugest human, but you know what's interesting? I think he's a tiny bit taller than Sione Katoa.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's just as quick, so he's got a good turn of foot on him. And, obviously he's played fullback in 5'8", so you know, it's not too dissimilar to dropping back at fullback, dropping back on the wing. He's good under the high ball. He's quick. He's obviously marking Khan Pereira, who's a pretty quick bloke. So he's going to
Yeah.
be on his game. Obviously, him and Brian Kelly against Jesse and Dan Atkinson will be a really good matchup and one that I'm looking forward to. But I don't think he's out of place on the wing, and he's looked really good in training throughout the whole week and today at captain's run as well.
Yeah, if there's anyone who's going to fill in, it's him. He's sort of become almost like the Connor Tracy in modern times.
I was about to say that exactly.
There's a million guys you can relate to, a million guys in the history of the league. But for our listeners, for younger listeners, think of a Connor Tracy. He can fill that role. I dare say, and I'm not dissing Connor because we love Connor, but he actually fills in more roles because we've seen Acco play a bunch of positions in first grade, in lower grades even more, and in training and trials as well. We've seen him play lock, we've seen him play hooker. So he can do a job for us. And I think that will get him across the line in a lot of ways, that experience of just being so versatile and adapting to game day and whatever it takes, he's going to do.
And I think that's why they've carried Tommy Rodwell on the 18th man spot as well, because it's like if someone goes down in the halves, Atko's going straight in there and you're putting a guy in his position that he knows exactly how to play in.
Yep.
Or if a forward goes down, he can play at lock. He can play anywhere across the sort of pack, except front row maybe. But, he's more than capable to fill in all those positions. So, yeah, it's going to be good to see him out there again. He's obviously missed the last few weeks, but he's looking ready to go. So it should be good.
Yeah, and we know what we're going to get. Like, he's going to go for 80 minutes no matter what the situation is. I'm not suggesting he's going to spill one ball. If he does, he's going to get the next one. Like, he's just a go-getter and a guy that I think he oozes confidence, Gary, but you would never really know it. But you think about that field goal against Melbourne, and I just remember how calm he was before and how calm he was afterwards. And, he won us the game that day in a whole lot of manners.
Absolutely.
So I have zero
It's
issue
his preparation, right? Like he's one of those guys who just ticks every box and makes sure that he's ready to go no matter what the situation is. So if he's faced with that, he knows exactly the situation that he needs to put himself in or how to ice that moment. So, yeah, he's very prepared and he's more than capable to do a job.
And that's what's got him to where he is now. I mean, he was train and trial with us for the year before last, and he's the guy at training who's always got ball in hand. He does the extras. He's not goofing around. He's there to play.
He loves it. Like, loves the area, loves the boys, loves the team, loves the culture. So he's made it a real sort of home for himself. And I've heard stories of Melbourne trying to reach out to get him back, and he just basically said, "No, I'm here. This is me. So thanks, but no thanks."
Yeah, really good story. So we'll see how Acco goes against the Titans. He does have a hard task up against Khan Pereira, who's just electric. He's such a great player to watch.
For sure.
And the Titans are not going to be an easy team to roll over. I do think we'll win. I'm hoping it won't be too close, but they have talent there when they turn up and when they play. They're not the most consistent team, but
we haven't been either, to be fair.
No, I just mean all year, though. And you never know with Des Hasler what you're going to get. He's just such a strange dude, and you just never know with these guys what's going to happen. But I'm pretty confident we're going to get the win. And it'll depend on that start as well. Like, I don't want to give away any points to the Titans.
That's that you can't afford to.
In fact, I'd love to just score first. Let's just get over and done with. Let's score first and go on with it. That would be a lot of fun.
Our boy
Ronaldo requires one try to become the fourth highest try scorer for the Sharks, which is unbelievable after such a short career. So he's level with Matt Rogers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He loves playing the Titans. He got 5 and 4 against them. He scored the most players for us at Coffs Harbour, so he's got a great track record going into this game, and he's in pretty good form. I thought his game last week was really good. And we saw again at training he was pretty passionate as well. So
absolutely, he's a passionate dude, old Ronnie. And for 24 years old to be in the position he is on that try scoring ladder and about to overtake a guy like Matt Rogers, like, it's pretty impressive what he's done in his short career. And he's having a good year, even though he's been a bit quiet over the last few games. Maybe he's still got 7 try assists or something like that for the year, and he's still scoring plenty. And he's making meters from the back, and he's one of those key parts of our back five that, if he's really making those first lots of meters, we're really rolling as a team. So we need him tomorrow night to be on the front foot and I'm sure he will be. He's a passionate bloke, so he's ready to go.
How's the coach going?
Yeah, good. He seems relaxed. He seems in good spirits. So he's been enjoying the community aspect of it all and chatting to everyone out here at Captain's Run and in the hotel and wherever he gets stopped. He's really soaking it in. So it's been good. It's like a good vibe, and you really feel that home away from home feeling. So it's a nice place to go. We enjoy it up here. I definitely enjoy it up here.
He made a great point that people come far and wide for these NRL games, and I know a lot of our, for example, Sutherland Shire-based people are heading to Coffs and already have, and that's an amazing effort. There's other amazing efforts as well. People coming from all sorts of parts of regional New South Wales and Queensland to go there. And he said the last couple of years we've met people who have travelled 15 hours just to watch the training session, stay overnight, in a caravan or whatever, and then they watch the game and go home. So I think he feels that responsibility to put on a bit of a show.
Yeah, absolutely. You can sort of tell that for sure, but it doesn't overwhelm him or anything like that. You know what he's like. You've spoken to him plenty of times, and he's that very structured and organised person. But he loves the off the cuff conversations with all those that have travelled from far and wide. So it's been really nice.
Now on your hat, you've got the 80s. I'm going to say logo. I don't know what we're calling it, but I'm calling it the 80s logo. And there's a new bit of merchandise which I have seen others already own. I'm yet to own it, but I will. And that's the, I guess, retro jacket.
Yeah,
the Aussie duck.
The Aussie duck one. Yeah, it's nice. I'm talking about
that. Yeah.
How good is it? The little zip up there. It's on the Shark store now, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know that was coming. You and Barnesy kept that one from me. Every day I get inundated with stuff that jersey, hats, visors. I'm like, this is awesome, guys. Thanks for the intel. You keep that one from me. Almost fainted.
And you're a zip up guy as well, so you're ready to go. That's right up your alley. But it looks so good, and there's been plenty of good pieces coming out this year. There's another spray jacket, or it's like a zip up jacket that I just got as well. It's a similar windbreaker style, old school bomber looking jacket. So there's some good pieces.
Is this a Sharks thing, or are all the clubs doing it?
No, I think it's a Sharks thing. I think it's Barnesy just trying a few different things here and there. So he's made some really good choices and some really good pieces this year, and I'm loving it, lapping it up.
Yeah, I mean that one should sell really well. I had visions of so the next home game is Friday week, which I believe is that the Heritage Jumper Day.
It is. I'm looking
so everyone's going to wear their Heritage
piece of merch.
They're all going to wear those, and they should. Everyone should wear them.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I think in the new jacket just to stand out a bit differently.
Nice.
I'll be the one not in the jersey. Nah, I might wear the jersey. Actually, we'll see. Yeah, but some really good stuff.
It'll be cold.
It will be cold, and I'll probably wear both, and then another layer on top. It's been good for Sharks fans who love that kind of thing and or of that vintage, or if they just like that kind of vintage. It's good to see that they're showing their history, because it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what Fitzy's like with the history side of the club, and making sure you recognise those that have come before us. And obviously Barnsley's been leaning into that with a lot of his merch stuff at the moment, and it's really good. Loving it.
Absolutely. So what are you doing tonight? You and Troy just hanging out playing chess? What's going to happen? What's pre-game day? Ping pong.
Yeah, a bit of ping pong in the team room.
Did you say beer pong? Is that what you said?
I wish. I wish.
Oh, ping pong.
But no, it'll be ping pong. The boys will be getting all their massages and last bits of prep, and we'll be slapping away on the ping pong table, trying not to make too much noise.
The Sharks admin don't mind a bit of ping pong.
They love it. Yeah, there's a table down at the club and everywhere we go away, so it's a good little competitive vibe on the ping pong table. Tell you guys really good at it.
Yeah.
Jess Chich.
Really?
Yeah, she's a surprise packet out there. She smashes everyone.
I could actually see that.
She loves it. She's so competitive as well.
I could see that too, knowing her. I've known her for 10 years or so, and I can see that, yeah.
But no, it's good. We got dinner in the team hotel tonight, and just relax and probably watch the other game that's on, and that'll be it. Yeah. Off to bed and away we go, game day.
Yeah, it's an early start, right? 6 o'clock kickoff tomorrow?
Yes, that's right.
So, busy day for all of you guys and girls. Busy day for our fans. Let's get that win. I want to thank you, Gary, for your time. I know you're busy up there in Coffs Harbour between your ping pong and your photography and everything else you're doing, your uploads.
Thanks for having me. I always love coming on.
Appreciate it. And give our best to everyone up there.
Will do.
including
Wish you were here.
the supporters. I wish I was there too. But yeah, we got some trips planned. Will be cool. We got some trips planned, Gaz.
We got some good ones coming up.
We do. Good luck, Gaz, with all your efforts up there, and we will see you. Oh, I'm glad you made it up there safe as well, by the way. There was a bit of concern about that. I'm glad you got there in one piece.
The old Rex flights, a bit dodgy, a bit iffy, a bit scary. Well, but no, we made it. They're really good.
We're not knocking Rex. I like Rex. The plane was small.
The plane was tiny. It was definitely, you hop on and you're just like, oh, this is a bit awkward. But no, they're really good. So it was an enjoyable flight. Actually.
Touch wood. I'm knocking wood right now for the flight back. So we'll all be good.
Thank you so much.
And then if anything happens, I'll take your car off you.
Thank you so much. I actually got the bonnet fixed, so you'll be driving around in style now.
No, I want it with the bonnet how it was. Hey, we're getting too in jokey now. We don't do that on SharkCast Pod. And thanks for your time, Gary. We'll talk to you soon as we can. And we'll see you soon. Enjoy your game. Get lots of footage of the team song when they sing the song after we win.
Will do. Special request.
This has been SharkCast Pod, and this has been a special preview episode. We don't get to film all the time, but we try and do stuff for you guys and girls when we can. And we will talk to you all soon. Enjoy the game. Let's get those Titans up, Cronulla. Let's go.